Greetings, Benjamin J. from BENZTRAINZ with another in the series. Well, what you're looking at, of course, is a Marx 3000, and I got this, I don't know, several months ago, just absolutely beat to death. Picked it up for $8, if I remember right. Anyway, it has a double reduction motor in it, and it was complete except it was missing the rear truck. Now, the rear truck, of course, is a single axle rear truck. Now, I originally put the 999 rear truck on it. And it works, but it's not correct. So I went through all my parts and found a Lionel rear truck. And the Lionel rear truck is the same as the Lionel front truck. They're virtually interchangeable. Anyway, so I slightly modified it and mounted it on the 3000 to replace the missing rear truck. And as you see, it replaced it quite well. And while it's not absolutely perfect, it is really, really close, as you can see. So anyway, I'm going to put this on the inside rail. And I've been pretty much using this inside rail for doing nothing but testing on. It's a de-rusted American Flyer track, of course. So I'll put this on. As you can see, that rear truck fits that almost perfectly. Like I said, it's not perfect, but it's pretty close. Anyway, it's on the rail. Let's turn on the power and take this around. This is a 50-watt transformer, pulling 10 cars with a lighted tender. And as you see, that runs really, really well. And it looks virtually identical to the original Marx truck. Like I said, it's not perfect, but it's pretty close. So this old 3000, like I said, was just absolutely beat to death when I got it. And the markers were missing. I've just got black tape over the holes for right now, which makes them virtually invisible. But it's an original Marx 3000 and it's up and running. And with that Lionel truck on it, it makes it complete. Like I said, I could put a 999 rear truck on it, it'll fit, but it wasn't correct. And this looks virtually identical to the original. So I figured I would just go ahead and try it, see if it worked, and it did. So a really, really great tip. If you have a 3000 that's missing its truck, considering having to buy one if you have an old Lionel locomotive. Like I said, I buy a lot of junk stuff and strip it for parts, stuff that I can't run or repair. I just use it for parts. In this case, I went through all my parts, and I actually had 2 of these Lionel trucks. And like I said, it's far from perfect, but it fit, it worked. It's on there and running. And just looking at this locomotive, you would never know that that is not the original rear truck. That actually fits quite well. So a really, really simple fix for this. Like I said, this 3000, as you can see, was just absolutely beat to death. Now, I got it on eBay, and like I said, it's missing both the markers, so I just got a piece of tape over it right now to hide the holes. And it's been really badly repainted, if you can tell. Anyway, I picked this thing up really cheap. I think I paid $8 for it, I'm not sure. Anyway, I've got, I don't know, five or six Canadian Pacifics. And in this case, it has a double reduction motor in it. And the thing was just absolutely dead as a hammer. And so I did the bypass on it just to get it running. It's been sitting on the shelf for months. And finally got around to addressing that rear truck. Like I said, I could have put a 999 rear truck on it, but it wasn't correct. This looks very, very close to the original. So a Lionel front or rear truck. And I had to put a washer over the hole because it's a big oval, as you see. So I put a washer over it and a nylock nut to lock it in position, and it's up and running. So what I'm going to do with this, I have no idea. Like I said, I got it cheap, and I bought it for parts, but I always try to get these things running if possible. And this one has a double reduction motor in it. So in any case, I added that truck. It's up and running. It's actually running really well. Runs forward only, but it runs. As you see. No problems with it at all. So an original Marx 3000, picked this thing up really cheap. Has the nickel cab, nickel front. And now it's complete. It has that rear truck on it. And like I said, you really cannot tell that is not the original rear truck. It fits. Best of all, I had it and it works. So anyway, I just want to do a quick video to document it. Great tip to know if you have a 3000 that's missing its rear truck, look around for a Lionel front truck. You can very likely adapt the front truck off a 666. You'd have to modify it, but you could do it. In this case, it didn't take any modification at all. I just had to add a washer to that truck because it has an oval hole rather than a round one. And then mounted it with a 632 screw and a nylock nut to lock it in position. That'll run virtually forever now, and it looks absolutely original. It isn't, but it looks original, as you can see. So anyway, like I said, I'm using this inside rail just as a test track now. I usually have it empty, but just want to do a quick video on this. So a Lionel front truck or rear truck in place of the original missing single truck for this Marx 3000, and it worked. It actually looks quite authentic, as you can see. No one would ever know that was not the original rear truck. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close. You can see this thing is just absolutely dreadful condition. Like I said, someone has really badly repainted it, very likely with a brush, it looks like. And it was missing both the markers. I got it real cheap. I originally bought it for parts, but I always try to get these things running if possible. In any case, excuse me, that rear truck was missing, and rather than putting that 999 truck on there, I figured I would just do a quick experiment and see if this would fit, and that Lionel truck fits on there just splendidly. I didn't have to do anything to it at all. A bit of judicious tweaking. Added the washer because of that oval hole, and then a nylock nut on a 632 screw to mount it. And it's up and running. So I just want to do a quick video. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email. BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.